Hey, what is up guys? My name is Cartoonz and today I'm going to be making a video talking about Prismatic Crystal. You know, I see a lot of mages, I watch a lot of mages through streams, or I watch a lot of mages through opposing sides in Arena, and it actually is crazy to me how many mages seem to make the same mistake of Prismatic Crystal not being correctly used. So I thought I would go ahead and make a tutorial to go ahead and answer questions that I get, regarding what I do with Prismatic Crystal and why I target the person that I target. You target the crystal sometimes or not, because it's really important to understand what exactly the mechanics behind Prismatic Crystal does. And this is really important because, you could use Prismatic Crystal in a certain way where, like, yeah, you get the most damage, but honestly, getting the most damage out of something isn't always the point, especially in how Mage is played today. You have a very, very small amount of burst, and using all of that burst in the very correct way is absolutely, positively the most important thing about playing Mage besides your CC. So let's go ahead and jump into exactly what I mean by that. And, I see a lot of mages, whenever they use Pris Crystal, they just use their Ice Novas on the actual, Prismatic Crystal target itself. And this is not correct in a lot of situations. So I have Dibs here. He, really good guy, and he's going to be sitting here basically as my training dummy, okay? So a lot of mages, what they'll do is they'll hit Prismatic Crystal, and then they'll just Ice Nova again. And as you can see, yeah, that did a lot of damage to Dibs. The reason for that is because Dibs is sitting by himself doing absolutely nothing next to the Prismatic Crystal when I used Ice Nova on the Prismatic Crystal. And while he's by himself, yes, this is the correct way to do it. However, in 3v3 Arena, there's a lot of ways, and I'm going to teach you that different way. And the reason for that is because, yes, again, like I said, you will lose a little percentage of damage, okay? But that's not the point. So if there's two targets, you have to understand that whenever you are using Prismatic Crystal and you use your Ice Nova on your Prismatic Crystal, it's going to split that damage evenly 50-50, okay? However, whenever you use your Prismatic Crystal, if you're good at using Arena Target 1, 2, 3, what you can do is you can put your crystal down on a target, and if there are two people, then you can put it down, instantly target the target again, and use your Ice Novas on the target. And as you can see, Ice Nova hits both Dibs as the primary target, which is 200% increased Ice Nova damage. And then it also will AoE onto the Prismatic Crystal, which will reflect back onto Dibs for even extra damage. And the reason for why this is important, targeting the actual target when there's more than one person in that 8-yard area range, that diameter, you target the target you're trying to kill because, yes, you will lose a little percentage of damage. However, a lot of that overall encompassing number will transfer off into the target you're trying to kill. So yes, the meters will be a little bit lower. However, you're bursting the target a little bit better. You're transferring a bigger percentage of that damage over onto Dibs, which is the point of targeting the actual target, as opposed to just targeting the Pris Crystal and then splitting the damage 50-50. So, if you do 100,000 damage to the Pris Crystal and it splits 50-50, that's not as good as, you Prismatic Crystal and then Ice Nova Dibs and you're doing 75,000 damage out of 90,000 damage onto Dibs. You see what I'm saying? So again, it's more important to kill the actual target than do the most damage that you possibly can. Because if you get, say a Death Knight down to 70%, what's that going to do for you? As opposed to doing, a ton of damage over on Dibs and then just splitting a little bit off on the Death Knight. So again, the way you do that is you'll drop down your Prismatic Crystal, and then you'll target back onto Dibs immediately and use your Ice Novas before you can walk away from the Prismatic Crystal. And that's going to do a little bit more burst damage onto Dibs, as opposed to using your Prismatic Crystal, Ice Novaing twice onto that. It's actually just a much better way. And the easiest way I've been able to do that is I go into key bindings, and this is something that every single player in PvP should do, is I use target arena enemy 1 through 3. And I have that bound to shift 1, 2, 3. So a lot of the time you'll see me put down Pris Crystal and then hit shift 2. Which will target, or shift 1, 2, or 3, depending on the target that I want to kill, and then I'll use my Ice Novas on that target, which is a lot faster of a way. In my opinion, it's very important that you keybind that. So I hope I did help you out a little bit today, guys. If I did, please be sure to give a thumbs up. If not, then do it anyways because it supports me. And if you'd like to see future tutorials, be sure to check out my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cartoonz out.